Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Millennial Comrade. Today I have a very special guest with me, Mr. Jacob Kurian, who is, to put it very simply, he's a swimmer, but he is so much more. He's lived a vast and varied life all over the globe. He was in corporate, but now he is what I would call a competitive swimmer at this age. Thank you so much for having me at your place.
Thank you, Deepak. Thank you for coming, and very nice to meet you first and to have a conversation with you.
So tell me, what got you into swimming at such a professional level?
To begin with, I always say that I started swimming before walking.
Okay.
There was a strong current, one river in front of our house when I was
And you're from Pala?
Pala.
Right.
And then I used to go with my elder siblings. I'm one among 10. And they used to take me
Okay.
to relieve my mother. So, and they used to put me in the water and all that. I started swimming.
Okay.
But I think I used to be competitive even from childhood.
Yeah, one among 10 siblings, I can imagine.
Everything, you know. Interestingly, people used to notice that I eat fast. That is one of the survival methods.
Yes.
When you're one among 10. Like that, but my competitiveness started with the river.
Okay.
Because it is a fast flowing current.
Right.
So I love to swim against the current.
Right.
And even now, I think I am stronger than most young people in swimming against the current.
Yes. Okay. I can imagine because I swam in a river once and it was a very terrifying experience for me.
Yeah.
Because this was again in Muatura. I'd gone to a friend's place. And then the water was seemingly comes. So the back of his house leads into this small tributary, and of Meenachal, I think. And the surface of the water looked surprisingly calm, deceptively calm.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
later realize.
Yeah.
But I got into the water, and I was the only one who knew how to swim among four others. So I dove down and I swam underwater, zero visibility because the water is very murky. And when I came back up, I was easily at least 50 feet away from where I went down.
Oh, okay.
Because I did not estimate the current to be that strong underwater. When I
Yeah.
came up, I had been carried down. And this was years ago. I freaked out. I started panicking a little.
Yeah.
But luckily, I managed to swim to the side of the river and like grab hold of a bunch of reeds and just
Yeah.
found my way back. I was scared of snakes at that point because at the riverside, when you're grabbing reeds, there was a very high chance you might see snakes over there.
Yeah.
So I just somehow crawled to back to where I started. But that is a very humbling experience. Rivers are deceptively. I'm more scared of rivers than oceans, and I swim in the ocean a lot.
You know, actually, in the river, it is not actually the technical word, but undercurrent.
Undercurrent, correct.
Undercurrent
exactly,
is there. Even in Aluvapuza,
Yeah.
we have the undercurrent.
Yeah.
So it is very deceptive.
Yes.
Even people with the medium knowledge of swimming cannot, come out of it. So it is very, very dangerous, especially when there is sand also.
Yes.
Even shoulder deep or waist deep water
You cannot
will take
grip.
you down.
Yeah, you can. First of all, the bottom is very soft
Yes.
and murky. You cannot grab get a footing.
Yeah.
So, and water is very powerful. Water is a very strong medium.
Yeah.
Anybody who swam in, I think you would agree, anybody who swam in any natural body of water can attest to the fact that water is incredibly strong. It just pulls you away. Even in a 3-foot beach, if you're waist deep in the water and a really strong wave comes in, it can just pull you back.
Yeah. You cannot stand.
You cannot stand.
Yeah, that is why people jump when the wave comes.
Yes, I suppose that's a smart way to go.
Yeah.
Right.
So I loved swimming. Even when I was playing cricket or doing shot put, discus, all that, whenever I get a chance, I jump into the river, wherever.
Right.
So, but I never thought about competitive swimming.
Right.
Even though I studied in Pala St. Thomas College, the only college in Kerala at least, with a swimming pool.
Okay.
No, it was not a 25 meter. I think it was 20 meter.
Okay.
Not a standard size or anything, but it
had a pool.
It had a pool. Now it is a 50 meter pool.
Okay. Okay.
So I used to go there for playing,
Right.
and I played water polo also.
Right.
But never thought about competitive swimming.
Right.
Because the cricket and the other things were more glamorous. Before that, in 2019, I heard about this masters swimming. Some of my friends in Pala
Right.
were participating. So I went with them without any practice to Trivandrum for the state meet and won some medals.
You just walked in and swam.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the state level, not
Right,
much of a
right,
competition. It's age group.
Right.
I was in the 65 plus group that time.
Right.
And then that started. Then I went to the nationals in Baroda.
Okay.
But I didn't get any individual medal. But that was an experience.
Okay.
Then I started practicing. And not very serious practicing.
Because you didn't get it
Yes,
kind of
yes,
struck your competitive side.
I told you I'm very competitive.
You didn't take it lightly.
Yes. So I started practicing.
Right.
And then started winning medals at the national level also. Then I started practicing more because I heard some people were going overseas for international competitions. And I wanted to do that. My first international competition was in European Masters in Finland. And there I was thinking if I get a bronze medal, it will be lucky. But some or other, I got 3 silver medals and 2 bronze medals.
Oh, wow.
So now there is no turning back.
No. I saw your medal cabinet. It is impressive is putting it very lightly. But and your wife, so she's done such an amazing job of organizing it, and your entire medal cabinet, your laurels. She's done such an amazing job of it.
Absolutely.
And how she was telling me, like, all of this, all your entire medals is after retirement.
Yes, 2019. Yeah. And then after that 2 years, there was no swimming.
There was no swimming because of COVID.
Because of COVID. So almost 3 to 4 years, I got, now the tally is 90.
90 medals.
90 medals.
Wow.
And last year, this 2024, this July, I went for the Pan American Masters.
Where was that?
In Cleveland.
Cleveland, right.
And I got 2 gold, 1 silver and 1 bronze. Total 4 medals. And that was an eye-opener. Now, this is European, American. Now I'll go for Asian. Of course, I have not done that.
When is that?
That is year after. I mean, it's not happening every year. Okay. COVID upset a lot of things.
Okay.
Like every year there used to be a regional, every 3 years or 4 years there used to be a world championship and all that.
Right.
By the way, Masters Association is affiliated to International Olympic Committee.
Okay.
You know that Paul Walter Sergei Bubko?
Yes.
He is the president of Masters Games International.
Okay.
And now a world meet is coming in Taiwan in 2025 May.
Okay.
I'm practicing for that.
That's just around the corner.
Round the corner. That's why I think I don't have the time because I need to improve to get a medal there, I think.
So are you working on a set time? Is there a target time or?
Yes. My target actually is very, very steep.
Okay.
I want to improve 10 seconds in my 100 meters.
You want to improve another 10 seconds?
Another 10 seconds. So
okay.
I think it is possible because I never got a formal coaching.
And you're getting one now?
And I'm doing it myself, but I watched the video of world famous Olympians training videos.
Okay.
Memorize it, write it down and go to the pool and practice it.
You know what I find hilarious? The fact that you won all these medals so far without a formal coaching.
Yes. YouTube was
you were unscientifically trained.
That's correct.
So far. And now you are scientifically trained. Now you are scientifically training yourself.
I'm going to be scientifically trained.
And that is to cut down 10 seconds from your time.
Yes. If I cut down 10 seconds, probably a chance of winning a medal in the World Championship.
Okay. And what are your chances of that? I mean, are you?
I think I have to learn. I have to do a lot of things. I don't do. I'm not trained in jumping from the starting block.
Okay. Right. Right.
In the pool where I go, yacht club, watching
right.
yacht club, they don't have a starting block.
Right,
So I
right,
had to
right.
practice on the starting block because that makes probably 1 second.
Yeah, but it does matter.
It does matter.
Yeah, it matters.
And then there is a when you jump into the water, something called a dolphin.
The dolphin kick, yeah, yeah.
Dolphin kick. I have not trained in dolphin
Right,
kick. I
right.
had to do that.
Right.
And then everything. I mean, I am learning so many things. Like when you swim, you just pull back, catch, and all that.
Right.
But there is so many things. Like I learned that you enter the water softly with the ring finger.
Yeah, I saw your
stretch,
video. Yeah, right. Right.
Stretch, and then catch. And there is something called the early vertical forearm. The advantage of doing this, usually we do like this.
Right.
Then only this much of water you are pulling down.
Right.
When you do the early vertical forearm, then this up to here, you pulling water. That is
Right.
more displacement of
Right,
water,
right,
and
right.
you are taken like a jet effect. Another thing I learned is I'm very poor in kicking.
Right.
I've seen a lot of people kicking like hell.
Right. Right.
But then I learned that what they say is your leg is the only thing which is only enemy for you in swimming,
Right.
because it slows you down. If you want to propel yourself by kicking, you are using the heaviest muscle
Right.
and spending all the energy, oxygen, and all that this thing. So you have to kick what is required. And also, if you are kicking with your leg down,
Right.
it is like you are going with a parachute on.
Okay.
It
right.
is a resistance.
Right.
So you have to have a kick
Right.
without much of a resistance. So the kick can slow you down. The catch and pull can accelerate you.
Accelerate,
So
right.
all these things are to be synchronized. And most difficult is streamline.
Right.
Your head, your butt, and your leg are to be
Above the
almost
water.
above the water.
Right.
That streamline is very, very difficult. So I am going to use some tools, equipments to do that, like fins, paddles, hand paddles,
Right. Right. The kickboard.
kickboard,
Right.
then something to keep the legs stationary. And
Yeah, you
use
get
the
that
hand.
the curved
Yeah.
leg.
All these things I just ordered in Amazon,
Yeah.
and I'm going to do that. I hope I will be able to knock off 10 seconds of my 100
You
meters.
seem determined enough. That's,
But then 100 meter, I don't think I stand a chance, because I'm a long distance swimmer. So
Okay.
I'm targeting 400 and 800.
Okay. More of an endurance.
More endurance. I can swim. I can swim non-stop 3 kilometers, which I've done several times.
Right.
I'm going to participate in the Kochi Swimathon, which is happening in April
Okay.
in Aluva, Periyar River.
The river.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh wow. And what distance is that?
I'm selecting only 2 kilometers.
Okay. 2 kilometer swim.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm still debating whether 2 or 4,
Okay.
but I think 2 is sufficient.
Okay.
Because in Taiwan, I'm going to do 3 kilometers
Okay.
in the Taiwan Sea. That is another competition. So
Okay.
I'm doing the pool swimming competition. I can participate in 5 items, and then one of the sea swimming also. So I've already registered. Now I have to do the practice.
Oh, nice. Any other workouts that you do which help you, like with your aspect of swimming? For example, I know like younger swimmers tend to do weight training. They tend to do a lot of rowing.
Yeah.
To strengthen their chest, strengthen their backs.
Yeah.
Do you do anything?
Weight training is a requirement,
Right.
because the arms are weak. So I used to do weight. Then I realized, it is better to go slow on it. Then I come across this Tabata. Tabata is a Japanese swimmer who has designed a training program, workout program for the Olympic athletes
Okay.
and swimmers also.
Right.
which is a set of, repetitions, 20 repetitions on different machines. I do that now using 2.5 kilos of weight only.
Right.
But
More reps, lighter
more
weights.
reps.
Right.
I do 8 of that 3 times. That is 24 into 20.
Okay.
I do that. But then that is very good. Then Tabata has burpees and all that, which is very difficult, and I have not attempted. But most interesting thing is I started Tabata only a month back. Then I wanted to do push-ups.
Right.
I thought I am strong enough with all my swimming and all that. I tried push-up. I could not come up. I
Right.
could not do a single one. Now, after 25, I would say yesterday was 26th day. I'm doing 18 now.
In 26 days, you transitioned from 0 push-ups to 18 push-ups.
18 push-ups. That is where, somewhere I read, there is something called a muscle memory, body memory. So I used to do push-ups, 25, 30. So,
When you were younger.
yeah.
Right.
But that my body mechanism has that in my memory, in the body memory.
Okay.
So I think that is making me do it. You used to do it, now you do it.
Right.
Then this is when I got attracted to a concept called counterclockwise effect. This is a Harvard psychologist called Dr. Ellen Langer.
Okay.
She experimented
Okay.
with a set of people by taking them 20 years back, getting a group of people to live in an environment set absolutely everything, TV, everything 20 years back.
Okay.
After 1 week, they started doing things almost what they used to do 20 years back, including they never used to carry their own luggage. These are 70 plus years old people.
Right.
And they started behaving like 50-year-olds.
Okay.
At the end of the session, they were taking the luggage and putting it up and all that.
Okay.
So she has proved it. And then she has so many theories about it. There is a book, and I bought the book and I'm reading it and trying to practice her principles.
Okay.
And then she is saying that if you strongly look for the indeterminate, not infinite or anything, indeterminate. You don't know what you are looking for. But you are looking for something extreme. And your body will help you do that. That means when you think you are psychologically younger, the body also will become physically younger.
Okay.
I think this is one example. This 18 push-up is one example.
I suppose the muscle, push-up is a very basic human movement.
Yeah.
Right. Right from childhood, when you're getting up off the floor, the push-up movement is what gets your upper body up.
Yes.
So it is a very fundamental, similar to squats.
Yeah.
It's a very fundamental human body movement, especially because we are vertical animals, we are bipedal animals. So getting up is a very common thing. So it is something which our body already knows. Having said that, from 0 push-ups, because you need, no matter how much muscle memory you have, you need a certain amount of strength as well.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You need a certain amount of strength to push that up, because I know people who may have all the memory and all the training they have, but if you are not strong enough, you cannot do that. You cannot do certain movements.
Yeah.
Right? But the fact that you moved from 0 to 18 in 25 days, that is remarkable. That is just...
Yeah.
And the other thing, I just feel like the basics of that study is like that you kind of are a product of your environment. I suppose like what you do is a product of your environment.
Yeah.
And very simple example, the concept of remembering numbers, 4 numbers. Till a couple of years back, most of us would remember at least 5 to 6 phone numbers.
Yes.
We would know the basic phone numbers, right? But now, there is no need for that at all.
You save the number.
You just save the number. Nobody remembers phone numbers anymore. Because technology has made it very convenient for phone. Now I don't even need to scroll and find the number. When I'm driving, I can just ask Google, call mom. And Google will dig up mom's number. If she has multiple numbers, it'll ask me which number to call. And then I can just tell. Like, so you can voice command. So you don't really need to remember numbers. So this is another thing. Like your environment is shaping you into a particular something. The more convenient the environment becomes, the more relaxed, I suppose, or the more dependent on things you become.
Yeah. So the problem, I think what Ellen Langer also says is people become stereotyped because there were studies and principles making us all falling into a category.
Okay.
Then she comes with a major statement. None of us is us. That means even though you fall under a group, you are still an individual.
Of course.
You can perform differently.
Right.
For that, you have to try. Without trying, thinking that you fall under that group, I'm not able to perform that because the group is not supposed to do that.
Right.
But then when you say that I'm not us, I'm not everybody, I'm individual, I will try. If I succeed, I will try for the indeterminate.
Right.
And then that is what I'm doing. I'm thinking about that when I do push-up. I want to reach 25, if not 30.
Right.
Very soon.
Right.
Then I know that, I got some strength back.
Yeah. I mean, so 30 push-ups it's a very good number.
Yeah.
If you can do. Okay. So other than weight training and anything else you do?
I do stretching.
Of course, yeah. Okay.
It's a sort of a yoga, not the full yoga.
Right.
But sort of a yoga and planks.
And planks. Okay.
Alternate day, I do Tabata.
Okay.
One day Tabata and one day. Tabata is my own version.
Right.
But it is so effective. I can see that it is developing.
Okay.
And then
Tabata, this was devised for swimmers?
athletes.
Athletes?
Olympians.
Okay.
It is sort of an extreme type of all these things. I make it a little sober.
Okay.
I do high intensity interval training also.
Okay.
Part of Tabata. Just running stationary for 2 minutes, rest for 1 minute, again 2 minutes, like that. Then stationary cycle, 2 minute fast cycling, then stop for 1 minute and do it. These are all scientifically proven to increase your metabolic rate tremendously.
Right.
So all these things, what happens is actually when it comes to swimming, if I may say, I do intermittent fasting. And I go to swimming in the morning, some 15 to 16 hours into intermittent fasting.
Okay. You must be famished after you're done swimming, right?
Then I learned that Olympians do that.
Okay.
When they compete, they don't have food. They are on ketone energy,
right,
which the brain loves.
Okay.
So the mood and energy is better.
Okay.
And I have proof about it because when you go for competitions, you stay in a hotel.
Right.
And usually the hotel's breakfast is free.
Right.
And you don't miss it.
Okay, yeah.
So you gobble on the breakfast and go and swimming. You cannot swim.
Yeah.
So instead, now I don't eat breakfast. I go empty stomach for swimming.
Okay.
And then I can do better.
Okay.
So, and then when I read more into it, after it's not only ketone, there are other things like the production of human growth hormone
Yeah.
multiplies.
Yeah.
It goes 100 times than the usual. And another thing is BNLF, BDN, brain-derived neurological factor.
Okay. What is that?
Which resets your brain. The same way the human growth hormone is to your body. This brain-derived neurological factor makes your brain younger,
Okay.
preventing Alzheimer's and all these degenerative diseases.
And how do you trigger the production? of
Fasting.
that?
Fasting. And when you do exercise in fasted state,
Right.
all these things get accelerated.
Okay.
And then interestingly, then I realized the doping in sports, which is a lifetime ban, taking drugs,
Right.
they inject human growth hormone.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
So you get free human growth hormone by swimming or doing exercise in a fasted state.
Okay. But how long should, like when you're competing, okay, right now you're not competing, but when you're competing, do you operate on the same fasting interval as?
Yes, I some or other make sure that it is 14 hours at least.
Okay.
Since I am doing 20-21 hours, I can, even if the competition is delayed or a second item is coming, second event is coming, I'm still in the fasting state.
Okay.
So that makes a difference.
Okay. And you always used to do intermittent fasting, like even before you retired, or is only after you started actively?
No, that also, ironically, that also in 2019.
2019.
I just read somewhere, because earlier I used to, the calorie restricted, I used to eat, when I was in the corporate job, all these formal
Dinners and
office dinners and
yeah.
all that, then I used to reduce calories. Then people used to ask me, are you sick? What happened to you? But then I read that intermittent fasting, these things are not there. So this human growth hormone, brain-derived neurological factor.
Right.
Then on intermittent fasting, I found other things also. If you fast for 36 hours continuous
Okay.
with water only, no calorie, then stem cell production happens. 36 to 72 hours.
Even at any age? Or is it?
I didn't see anything differentiating on the age.
Okay. Isn't stem cell production a little dependent on age? I mean,
Maybe,
Okay.
but they say, experts say 36 to 72 hours stem cell production happens.
okay.
Some people have stem cell transplant or something
Right,
costing millions of dollars.
Right.
And they say that these are free. And then one Japanese scientist in 2016 won the Nobel Prize for something called autophagy. Autophagy is a Greek word for self-eating.
Self-eating, yeah. Autophagy,
Which is essentially cell repair. And he has proven, is Yasunori Oshumi,
Right.
in 2016 is for the Nobel Prize for Medicine and Physiology. So he has proven that mostly with animal studies, extreme stress, fasting including, and lack of protein
Okay.
can trigger in autophagy, which will make the body to find protein, go and repair, replace damaged and dead cells.
Body will find if lack of external sources of protein.
External source of protein.
Okay.
Lack of protein. I mean, protein is something which is not stored for a day.
Right.
It has to be disposed of somehow.
Right,
Either
correct, yeah.
stored as a waste or this thing. So when the protein is not coming, the body becomes panicky. Body has to produce cells, new cells.
Right.
So they get into this self-eating thing,
Okay.
going and looking for dead, damaged protein waste,
Okay.
repair it. So in the process, cell regeneration happens,
Okay.
anti-aging happens, all the
Okay.
good things happen. Then when I read about it more and listening to the experts, there are two other things also came into focus. One is your gene expression can be changed.
Okay.
Gene was something which was thought to be permanent. It takes millions of years for a gene to be changed in the structure or something.
Right.
But gene expression can be changed.
Okay.
And also neuroplasticity, which is the brain. Brain can also think differently,
Right.
repair differently and work differently, whereby you can at any age learn new things and prevent from getting into Alzheimer's or Parkinson's.
This I've heard, like especially learning a new skill or learning a new language.
Yeah.
Basically, acquiring any sort of new skill or knowledge, it definitely helps with degenerative brain diseases. This
Yes.
I've heard this
Yes.
actually.
And another thing is, a lot of experts now mistakenly asking people to do crossword puzzles and all that.
Right.
That is not learning new thing.
Right. Right.
That will not give the same effect of learning something, playing guitar for somebody who never knew what notes are.
Right.
So that is a learning. But a lot of experts, mindfulness and all that, they tell people to do repetitive things, which they used to do, keep on doing crossword puzzles, all these things. But that may not work, that is what they are saying.
Okay.
So you have to learn new things.
Okay.
So keep on learning and doing things can result in reversing the age and also making you feel and behave younger.
Right.
This is what I want to do with my swimming.
Okay. Okay.
So I want to swim like if I say 10 seconds faster than in 100 meters, I may be competing with a 45-year-old or 50-year-old.
Right.
So that is the immediate target.
Basically, swim like somebody who's 20 years younger.
Yes, yes. Some experts swimmer, not anybody.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You'll be swimming with experts. You're already at an expert level.
Yeah.
Skill set aside,
Yeah.
from a physical talent point of view, swim like somebody who's 20 years younger than you.
To my advantage, I have a lot of things to do, like starting block, dolphin kick, tumble turn.
Okay.
I don't do tumble turn. I have not learned that. I can
Okay.
learn that.
Okay.
All these things will help me in, shedding that 10 seconds from the 100 meters.
Okay.
That is what I am.
But is the tumble turn required for an endurance swim?
Yes, that is. Actually, it is difficult.
Right. 'Cause I've seen it in Olympics for the 100 meters or the for the
200, 400 you can do.
200 and 400.
800 and all that, it is difficult to hold that much breath.
Right.
But then I have a feeling it is possible because my experience now, after the first 200 meters, I imagine myself to be skiing. I don't know skiing. This is one coach said in a coaching video. Imagine swimming. So you swim. In swimming, there is a rotation is required for breathing and all that. So a skier rotates like this. Imagine you are skiing. So after 200 meters, I imagine that I am skiing. So go. And then it becomes very smooth.
Okay.
After 3 kilometers, I know that I can go to 5 kilometers without any problem.
Okay.
So that way, tumble turn may be possible also because you have to hold the breath for about 5 seconds to do the tumble turn. Right now, what I'm doing is when I end, I breathe and take a pause, which slows me down.
Okay.